So what can we expect in 2021 from China, from India, from the rest of the world? Will we get any relief from the pandemic? Will the world become a more dangerous place? Will the global economy rebound? Today is the first day of the new year. It's time to look ahead. So tonight on Gravitas, we are bringing you the WION forecast for 2021. Let us start with the most fundamental question. Will the pandemic end this year? The short answer is no. The long answer is this. The virus is here to stay for now. For a pandemic to end, the world needs to develop herd immunity against a disease. Now, going by most projections, 60 to 80% of the global population needs to be immune to the Wuhan virus, which means billions will have to be vaccinated. As of today, a little more than 10.3 million people have got a shot in 29 countries. So we are far from herd immunity right now. Which brings me to question number 2, vaccines. Will we have vaccines? The answer is yes, we already do. Some of us do. Will we have a shot for everyone? The answer is no. Rich countries have most of the available shots. They have booked 51% of the global supplies. Poor countries do not have the shots they need. Two numbers that you must consider here. 15 billion doses, that's what the world needs. That's what we need to inoculate the entire planet. 15 billion doses. COVAX is the global initiative to ensure vaccines for all. And COVAX is not even close to this figure. So far, they only have agreements to secure around 2 billion doses. Do you see the gap here? According to one report, low-income countries might have to wait until 2023 or 2024 for vaccination. So another 2 to 3 years. What about the global economy? Will we see a rebound? The answer is yes, but the recovery will be partial. The International Monetary Fund predicts that global growth will bounce back to 5.2% in 2021. So there is improvement. But the IMF also says the return to pre-pandemic level growth will be quote-unquote long, uneven and uncertain. And here is why. The global economic activity has not fully resumed. Travel restrictions are still in place. By November last year, November 2020, more than 150 countries and regions had eased some of the rules. But several restrictions still remain. A serious outbreak means a return to the lockdown. Just before Christmas, we saw this. Several countries in Europe restricted movement again, with the United Kingdom facing a travel ban from more than 10 countries. Now, in such circumstances, a full economic revival is next to impossible. So that is our global outlook. Let's zoom in now and talk about India. What is the India story? What role will India play in these circumstances? How will India engage with the world? What can we expect from New Delhi? Here is our forecast, 2021 forecast for India. First of all, India will play a critical role in vaccine supplies. We've always known this. In 2020, India cemented its position as the pharmacy of the world by supplying medicines for Wuhan virus treatments to more than 150 countries. Now, considering the shortage in supply, India could leverage the same distribution networks and pitch in to supply vaccines. And these numbers confirm India's global leadership in vaccine supply. India contributes 60% of the global vaccine consumption. Almost 70% of the World Health Organization's vaccine procurements are from India. The world will have to turn to India to fill the gaps. And then we come to the China challenge. After the provocations of 2020, how does India plan to tackle the threat from China? Well, last year has taught us that India's response cannot be one-dimensional. India will have to tackle the China threat on 3 levels: defense, economy and diplomacy. On the military front, India has managed to force a status quo on the border by capturing key heights. On the economic and diplomatic front, some progress has been made, but India needs to build alliances, reach out to allies, find common ground with like-minded partners. In 2021, we'll witness the rise of a new force to tackle China. It's called the D10. What is the D10? It is an emerging alliance of democracies, D10, one that India is likely to join. Now, D10 includes the G7 countries, plus India, Australia and South Korea. Later this month, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will visit India for the Republic Day celebration. Now, he is bullish on the D10. The United Kingdom is hosting the G7 summit this year. Boris Johnson wants to turn this into a D10 event. The British Prime Minister is expected to invite the Indian Prime Minister and leaders of Australia and South Korea. A new alliance to combat China is rising. India is expected to play a role at the D10 forum and take a tougher line against China. A lot will depend, of course, on how the border standoff shapes up. So 2021 is expected to be an eventful year as the world begins to rebuild after the damage caused by the Wuhan virus. And you can bank on WION to cover every event that matters to India and the world. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.